All right, guys. Last day of the tribute box for Mr. Pynk and for TB. As you know, TB has been just absolutely raking in all the value in this box by taking all the mythics. I say value. I have no idea what these cards are worth. I just assume that a mythic is going to be more expensive than a rare. But I would say that Pynk has some fancy rares in his stack. I'm going to start with Pynk on the last day of today. Hopefully we can find him at least one mythic. Just maybe a little band-aid for the wound here. But anyway, let's see what we get. And it is a copy soldier token. Okay, so it is definitely not the clue token, which we've been seeing on all of our mediocre packs. So let's see what we get. Origin to Metal Bending, Messenger Hawk, Deserter's Disciple, Swamp Snare Trap, Razor Rings, It'll Quench Ya, Geyser Leaper, The Cave of Two Lovers, Bitter Work, Water Tribe Rallier, Azula on the Hunt, and then Firelord Azula. Okay, so not a mythic, but a rare. It looks cool to me, but let's see what it does. So for 1, a blue, black, and red, 4/4 legendary creature, human noble, firebending 2. When this creature attacks, add 2 red mana. The mana lasts until the end of combat. When you cast a spell while Firelord Azula is attacking, copy that spell. You may choose new target. Wow, that is fancy. That's pretty rad. I like that. And then Southern Air Temple and North Pole Gates, and then copy blah 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 token. All right. Cool. Firelord Azula. We like that. Oh, gosh. I just dropped half his cards. Nope. Caught him. Caught him. See, they didn't hit the floor. Those Jedi reflexes that I have. Anyway, there we go. There you go, Pynk. All right, TV. Can we find another mythic for you? That's the question. All right, what we got? We got a blank token. Maybe. Cunning Maneuver. Rebellious Captives, Earth Village Ruffians, Sold Out, Pretending Poxbearers, Rowdy Snowballers, Foggy Swamp Hunters, Judy, one of many. Glad there's not many Judys around because I can't handle that many Judys. Leaves from the Vine, Crashing Wave. Woo! Golly, man. Holy crap. Holy crap, dude. Another freaking mythic Force of Negation in this fancy art. That's got to be like 30, 40 bucks, right? Good night. 1 and 2 blue, instant. If it's not your turn, you may exile a blue card from your hand rather than pay this spell's mana cost. Counter target non-creature spell. If that spell is countered this way, exile instead of putting it into its owner's graveyard. Oh, my goodness. Wow, TB. Wow. Just wow. And another rare sitting right behind it. I'm so sorry, Pynk. Dude, I'm so sorry. This is just comical at this point. The Unagi of Kyoshi Island, 3 and 2 blue. Legendary creature Serpent, 5/5 flash, Waterbend 4. Whenever this creature becomes the target of spell or ability an opponent controls, counter it unless that player plays 4. Oh, so Waterbend 4 is just a counter spell, like an automatic counter spell. Interesting. Whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, you draw 2 cards. Well, that's just wild. And then Boomy Bash, and then Plains, and your blank token. Good lord, Pact of Negation, or Force of Negation, man. Woo-wee! Oh, and I don't want to shame the Unagi of Kyoshi, of Yoshi's Island. All right, Pynk, I just apologize, man. I tried to give you both a good box here, but it looks like TB is just being stingy. Totally stingy. This box is probably one of the best boxes I've ever opened. And I don't get to keep any of it for myself. This is a wound. Is an open wound after my Spider-Man box. That like to have such a shift back to the other way. But no, I'm glad you guys are getting this. This is rad. It hurts a little, but it's rad. Okay, Pynk. You got a food dragon token. Let's see what you get here, bud. Origin of metal bending. We've seen that before. Abandon attachments. Rough rhino cavalry. Waterbending lesson. Hog monkey. There's the honky again. Compassionate healer. Rowdy snowballers. Serpent of the pass. And then sparring dummy. Humma the bloodbender. Here's your rare. You the moon spirit. It is 3 in a blue, 3/3 legendary creature spirit ally. Flying vigilance, waterbend 5. You may cast a non-creature spell from your hand without paying its mana cost. While paying a waterbend cost, you can tap artifacts and creatures to help. Each one pays for 1. That's the only thing I'm having trouble wrapping my brain around. How the different bending techniques act differently. I mean, they're cool. They're all cool in of their own right, but I think the fire bending is my favorite so far. But you, the moon spirit, double rare pack, Aang, Swift Savior. I think this is different. Let me see. I think this is different than the Aang you already got. No, I'm sorry, it's a repeat. Maybe TB will trade you one of his mythics for Aang, Swift Savior. 1 in blue and a white, 2/3 flash flyer. When Aang enters airbend up to 1 other target creature spell, exile it while it's exiled. Its owner may cast it for 2 rather than paying its mana cost. Transform Aang becomes Aang and La Ocean Sphere. I'm not going to read that again since we read that in another video. And then Meteor Sword, which we read earlier in this box, and it was kind of lame. Boiling Rock Prison, and then food. All right, so let's see. You know what? I'm going to keep these underneath Fire Lord of Zula because that's just rad. And let's try not to drop the cards this time. There we go. Didn't drop them. Goodness. All right, TB, ready for another mythic? Sure you are. I'm gonna do, when we're done with this, I'm gonna do a mythic count on TB. I mean, don't get it twisted. Pynk got a lot of double rare packs. So this box objectively has been very, very fun to open. I'm sad that all the mythics ended up in this pile. A lot of double rare packs ended up in this pile, but nonetheless, this box and the box we opened for J3 from Final Fantasy earlier, probably the 2 best boxes I've ever opened. And they were giveaways. So I'm glad they're giveaways, but next box I open, maybe for the Ninja Turtles when that comes back out, I would like this box, please. You know, Watsy, if you're listening to me, you should be. Ally, clue token. Okay, may not be so good of a pack here, bud. Rocky Rebuke, Rumble Arena, Treetop Freedom Fighters, Rebellious Captives, Flexible Waterbender, Dai Li Indoctrination, Path to Redemption, Sun Warriors, Haru Hidden Talent. Sorry, I'm just trying to look down to make sure that we haven't hit the rares yet. Tiger Dillo, still in commons. Ozai's Cruelty, and a rare is Fire Nation Palace. Okay, so I think we've seen all of the rare lands in this run. So the land enters tap unless you control the basic land, which you probably will. Tap, add a red, 1 in a red, target creature you control gains firebending 4 until the end of turn. Okay, that's rad. Whenever it attacks, it adds 4 red mana, and it exiles, or until the end of combat. That's rad. Yeah, I like that. True Ancestry is an uncommon for your foil. And then, I'm sorry, I grabbed that too. Omashu City is just your rare. So I'm going to put Fire Nation Palace. I'm still going to put it underneath Force of Negation because I don't think we're going to see anything better than that card right there in this entire box. That was Nasty, nasty, nasty hit. All right, Pynk, last pack for the box. last chance for romance. Let's see. Can we get you a mythic? Bro, I hope so. I want a freaking mythic for you, bro. There's a copy spirit token. Let's see. Earth Rumble Wrestlers, Lightning Strike, Cycle of Renewal, Cat Owl, it's a cowl, Azula Always Lies, Compassionate Healer, Foggy Swamp Hunters, Zuko's Conviction, Earth Kingdom Protectors, My Jaded Edge, North Pole Patrol, and Redirect Lighting. Good card, not a mythic. I'm not sure if we already read this on here, but I think we may have pulled it earlier, but I'll read it again. 1 red, as an additional cost to pay this spell, pay 5 life or pay 2. Change the target of target spell or ability with a single target. Okay. And then Avatar Enthusiasts and a Mountain. I'm so sorry, Pynk. I am so sorry, bro. Statistically, that was... Well, I guess it wasn't statistically impossible because it happened. Somehow we navigated through this entire box that you pulled 0 mythics. So sorry, dude. So sorry. TV, here's your last mythic. Sure, it's going to be something. It's probably going to be another Force Negation. All right. Ally clue token. Oh, may not be. May not be. Earth Village Ruffians, Yuyan Archers, Foggy Swamp Vinebender, Forecasting Fortune Teller, Merchant of Many Hats, Avatar Enthusiasts, Sandbender Storm, Rockalanche, Earth Kingdom Jailer, Jet's Brainwashing, Sokka's Haiku, and the Lion Turtle. Okay, what are you? It is not a mythic. Okay, it is rare, but it is kind of fantastic art. I like that. I like that big dude over there. Elder Cat Turtle. It's a curdle or a tat. It's definitely a curdle. And 1, a green, and a blue. Vigilance Reach 3/6. When the Lion Turtle enters, you gain 3 life. The Lion Turtle can't attack or block unless there are 3 or more lesson cards in your graveyard. And he's a mana dork. Add 1 mana of any color. Interesting. Yeah, I don't like the 3 or more lesson cards in your graveyard piece. Seems hard to use. Not expensive for any color mana dork though. I mean, I would definitely use this in like a 5-color deck to be able to help me with another source for mana. Cool. Yeah, I don't like the have to have 3 lesson cards in your graveyard. And then Lost Days and a Swamp. Why is he in the toilet? This little guy? Anyway, Ally. Okay, so TB took every last mythic out of the box. I think we should do a mythic count here. Here, let's move Pynks over to the side here. We got Force Negation. Let's see where we got the Rise of Sozin, Appa Steadfast Guardian, the Legend of the Roku, Ko the Face Stealer, the Legend of Karuk, Boomy Unleashed, Planetarium of Wushy Thong, Faded Firepower, and I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mythics in this box, bro. Unreal. And a bunch of good rares, and a bunch of other fun stuff to dig through. Goodness, man. That's wild. That is absolutely wild. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, I'm sorry for what you guys are going through. The comedy of this box was not lost on me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoy your cards. We love you guys, and I will get you these hopefully tonight. And then this video will come out tomorrow. Anyway, we'll talk to you later.